What's going on, everyone? Austin John Plays here, and today we're going to be covering the Black Ominous Stakes and the Pokemon of Ruin for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Happy Thanksgiving. It's Thanksgiving when I'm recording this. Cool. I just bought a new backpack. I think it looks pretty awesome. Today we are going to be covering the Pokemon of Ruin, which involve 32 Black Ominous Stakes that are spread all throughout Paldea. If you just want a very vague idea on where they are and no further information so you could discover it on your own, boom, there you go. That's a picture that I found when the game leaked online and someone found all these, and that's what I used to find these. While it's not absolutely necessary, I would recommend going to class for history, and Miss Rayford, she's actually going to be giving you a lot of back history about the Great Crater of Paldea, Area Zero, the ruler of the Paldean Empire, and these Pokemon of Ruin. After you complete the final and you find her just, chilling around the school, if you speak to her, it opens up her Close Bond side quest, and when you do her Close Bond side quest, you can actually get fast travel points for the 4 gates, which makes this a little bit easier. Plus, I love unlocking fast travel points. The fast travel points are only available after certain classes which do require gym badges. However, the shrines themselves and the Black Ominous Stakes regarding each individual shrine, you only need additional ride-on abilities to be able to access them. In fact, it has been found that the Grasswither shrine can be done before completing any Titans whatsoever. However, these 4 Sublegendary Pokemon are all going to be level 60 and pretty darn powerful. So you may want to wait until you have a capable team, let's just say that. Or you could just start off the game, jump off a whole bunch of cliffs, find one quick ball somewhere, and keep restarting the same battle. Start with a level 60 Pokemon that won't listen to you. Do whatever you want. It's your own experience. So this is not a post-game event. First, we're going to be going to the Grasswither Shrine. This is going to be for the Dark and Grass Sublegendary Pokemon of the game, Wo-Chien. There are going to be 8 Ominous Stakes for us to collect. The first one is going to be right next to this pond south of Los Platos. And once we climb to the very top of this, small little mountain, very large hilltop, boom, we're going to be finding ourselves our first Black Ominous Stake. When you're doing this quest, I definitely do recommend having on autosaves. That way you can make sure that you have all of them, registered as you go through. Doing these at night makes them definitely easier to see. And the next one we're going to be going to is also right next to the Los Platos Pokemon Center. From the Pokemon Center, if you just look up to this large cliff here, which you can get to by jumping from that cliff over there, we're going to be seeing this purple ominous stake in the background. Back on version 1.0 before the update, there was like 15 seconds of waiting before you actually interacted with the stake. It was a little rough. By the way, this is exactly where it is on the map. Next up from this location, we're going to see a large spiral mountain over here, and we're going to be heading to the top of that. Once we arrive to the very top of this mountain, we're going to be finding ourselves a little Gimme Ghoul coin boy and our third ominous stake. The next one that we're going to be going for is located right here. So all we're going to do is go to the Mesa Goza South Pokemon Center and follow this wall. At the very end of this tiny little path, if we just climb up a little bit, boom, our next ominous stake. For our next stake, if you look over here from the Mesa Goza East Gate, you're going to be seeing some of these rocks that are at a higher altitude, and they have this sort of lighter color compared to the ground rocks. And we're going to be focusing on this one right here. I would say it's even closer to the South Province Area 3 Pokemon Center. And as soon as we walk over from the Pokemon Center, we're going to see it hanging out in the distance. Nice. Oh, I really like this one for a screenshot though. Yeah. From here, we're going to be going from the South Province Area 3 Watchtower. Hope you've unlocked that. And it's directly north. You're going to be noticing that you have this sort of overhanging piece. It slopes a little bit to the left. That doesn't mean it's weird or anything. We're going to be heading over there. And this one is going to be located in technically Area 1 on this little outskirt. Next up, we are going to go to the Artisan West Pokemon Center. And all you got to do is look up. Can we see it from the ground? Okay, maybe not see it from the ground, but once we hop up here, we could definitely see it. Yeah, it's right there. For our 8th and final one, we're actually going to be going to the Grasswither Shrine, which is located right here if you didn't unlock the fast travel point. A neat little attention to detail: after you unlock every 2 of these stakes, one of the 4 chains is going to disappear, which I think is pretty a nice attention to detail. Anyways, from here, all you need to do is climb up above the gate, and once you get to the top, you're going to be finding yourself a black ominous stake. It's not going to be that lower area with the houndstone. Instead, it's going to be this smaller hill right up here. And after pulling out our 8th one, ooh, big scary roar. Then you hear a mysterious cry coming from the shrine, and it's actually going to point you in the direction of the shrine. I'm actually going to be reserving doing the battle to the end of the video. On to the next shrine. From here, we are going to be doing the Icerend Shrine. And for the Icerend Shrine, there's going to be 8 stakes that we need to get. The first one is going to be located right to the left of this waterfall. This is located right in between Alfornada and just to the left of the South Province Area 4 Watchtower. That's how I'm going to be getting there. Upon approaching this area, right next to the waterfall, on the side of it, you're going to be finding yourself this of our first orange stakes. I really wish my character wouldn't be, directly in front of it when I pull it out. The next one we're going to be going to is located right here on this tiny little patch of grass, which is just above the Leaning Tower of Paldea, which is just above the Alfornada town. This is one of the great wonders of Paldea. I haven't found all of them, but they are fast travel points, like the highest peak, the Leaning Tower, stuff like that. Definitely want to unlock all of those. But yeah, right here, this tiny little patch of grass, that's what we need. And I think this one would actually make a nice little thumbnail, wouldn't it? Nice screenshot. Yeah, there we go. That's the angle I want. The next one geographically is actually going to be just above us, right here. However, this is going to be in a cave that we're going to need to access. And you can access it from either side. I think I definitely know the location to the left. All right, I was close. It actually was a little bit lower than where I thought it was. It's not this lowest dirt area. Instead, it's going to be the lowest grass area right here on the map, just above the leaking tower of Paldea. I always thought it was the leaking tower. From here, we're gonna head on inside of the cave, and it's gonna be very hard to miss. It's literally right out in the open. But if you didn't know about the cave, then yeah, I could definitely see missing it. Oh, that's a better one. Yeah. The next one that we're gonna be going for is located on this little ledge right here. The closest fast travel point is gonna be right here, the West Province Area 1 Central. And this small ledge, here we go, we found it. The next one that we're gonna be going for was actually the first one that I ever found. It's gonna be located on this tiny little hill surrounded by grass underneath the ground level. So we're gonna go back to the West Province Area 1 Central, and we're gonna head on over here. I actually found this when I first started playing the game because this was the first Titan I did, the Bombirder over there. And then I was like, what's down here? I'm like, what's that crazy thing? So then I just hopped down here, and you can just get that without any additional abilities, which I think is pretty cool. All right, if you've been following along, we have 3 left. The next one that we're going to be going to is next to this tree right here. If you've unlocked the West Province Area 1 Watchtower, which is right next to the Area 1 North Pokemon Center. See? I told you it was that one tree. This marks number 6 of the orange stakes. Number 7 is going to be located literally directly east of us in this tiny little cutout. So from where you are right now, we're just going to head on over to that tiny little edge of grass. Huh, where is it? Is it down? It's down, isn't it? Yep, it's down. I was right, it is a tiny little nook of grass, but it's the tinier nook of grass right here at the even lower level than I thought it was. And the last of these stakes is actually going to be located in the town of Cascarafa. I'm just gonna go ahead and climb up the mountain because it's a lot faster than the elevators. This is also where I bought my new backpack. I wasn't ready to dish out the big buco bucks for the crazy ones. Maybe. But right now I'm just spending a lot of money on Eevee enhancing items. Anyways, the biggest tree located right behind the Pokemon gym is going to be hiding this ominous stake for us. This is going to be our 8th and final one for the Ice Shrine. And upon pulling it out, cuckoo. It's a bird. It's not a bird. You hear a mysterious cry coming from the shrine. And as I mentioned before, I'm going to be covering the actual battles at the end of the video. By the way, we're now halfway done with all of the locations, and I just want to say thank you guys for checking out these videos. I love grinding this time of year, even though I don't sleep a lot, but still, it's a lot of fun. I'll make a deal with you. If you've seen at least 3 of my videos covering Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, hit the subscribe button. A lot of people just see it come up on the recommended and they don't know that they're not subscribed. So just look at the button. Check the button if it says not subscribed. If you've seen 3 of my videos, consider hitting the subscribe button. It's not going to make me show up in your recommended any more or any less. It makes no difference to you, but for me, it lets me know that I'm doing a good job. So thank you for that. On to shrine number 3, which is going to be the Groundblight Shrine. The Groundblight Shrine is also going to be having 8 different ominous stakes for us to grab. All of them have 8. I don't know if you've realized that or not. And the first one that we're going to be going to is located on this cluster of land. The closest fast travel point is going to be the Grasswither Stones. You may not have that unlocked, so if you don't have that unlocked, it's the Groundblight Shrine. And if you don't have that unlocked, it's just here on the map. There you go. Once making our way to this area, I knew it wasn't the highest point. So it's like right below the highest point. So it's kind of a little bit hidden right behind these ruins on this little mound. This is going to be our first yellow black ominous stake. The next one we're going to be going to is going to be located on this tiny little hilltop, which is going to be directly north of Porto Maranada. And upon making our way to this hilltop, right out in the open. Almost impossible to miss. What's this item? It's a nugget. Neat. Actually, I like this one for a thumbnail. Can we get a nice pan on that? I don't know. Editing Austin is going to find one of these angles that works for him. At a fast travel point I didn't unlock, so let's go unlock that fast travel point from Porto Maranada. Yeah, here we go. The Colonnade Hollow. Anyways, we have to go inside for this ominous stake anyways. Heading inside, we're going to see a couple of tall points, like large stalagmites. There it is. Yeah, really hard to miss. Also, that Terra over there is a Terra Garchomp, so fun stuff there. By the way, for the map reference, it's going to be located right here. If you wanted to, you could actually just drop down from the upper areas, which is kind of cool. The next one that we're going to be going to is located right here. And if you've unlocked the Cassiopeia Watchtower number 1, it's going to be just a short flight from there. And it's right out in the open. Like, there's the bridge. If you just came like a few more steps this way, you would have found it. The next one we're going to be going for is going to be on the lake on top of the islet, which is right in the middle. It's the largest landmass in here. And I think it's right on this ridge or right before that ridge. Oh, it was right before that ridge. There we go. Only 3 left. From here, we're just going to go to the landmass directly south of us. The smaller of these 2 landmasses located near the bottom, right next to the Dragonair mass outbreak, if that helps. I should start giving you like very objective directions. Oh yeah, it's right next to that time that I caught that Tropius. Perfect on top of here, and oh, it was actually, wait, no, hang on, that's not right. Where is it? Oh, here it is. I knew it was on this island. It's on the smallest little patch of grass off to the side. If you've unlocked the great wonder of the Steppes of Paldea, which is going to be located right here, we're just going to head just a little bit south to this waterfall. And right here at the top of the waterfall, right next to that one side duck right there, boom, ominous stake, yellow. And the very last one that we're going to be going to is going to be located right here in this little ice patch. I'm not exactly sure where. And this is directly east of the Groundblight Shrine itself, which I now just learned that you actually have to go to these shrines to unlock them as fast travel points. You just get them marked on your map. Okay, here is our... Okay, there it is. It's right off of this cliff. We got a little roar sound coming. Now, with all 8 of the Groundblight Shrine stakes collected, we are going to be making our way to the last area, which is going to be the Firescourge Shrine. For the Firescourge Shrine, we are going to be making our first stop right over here. There's no landmarks here. It's right here. It's the grass that's there. I'm just going to be flying from Paldea's highest peak. We're just going to drop down right here. I believe it's right next to this tree. Yeah, right next to the tree. Oh, next to the rock, technically, but the rock is next to the tree. The next one that we're going to be going to from Glaciado Mountain, you're going to notice that there's just one tiny little piece of green right here. That's where we're going to go. Oh, quick little pro tip. Sometimes when you're on these mountains at night, especially near the ruins, you can find yourself a spirit tomb. Oh, and look, there's a spirit tomb. And this one little piece of grass, bloom. Not bloom, boom, blue. Our next one is going to be right down here in the thicket. You're going to notice that there's an area that comes down and then swoops back up near the top, near the pond. And from the watchtower, that should be a quick, easy flight. Right by the tree. Probably underneath the tree, definitely underneath the tree. There it is, under the tree. The next one we're going to be going to is located right on this rock. In North Province Area 1, if you've unlocked the Pokemon Center, it's going to be just a quick trip north of that. Is this the weird rock? No, it's not the weird rock. There's a weird rock somewhere in the game that I think there's a gimme ghoul that's on top of it, but there's no place to actually stand, so you have to kind of like spam the A button while you're climbing. The next one that we're going to be going to is located right here, directly next to the North Province Area 2 Pokemon Center. From the Pokemon Center, it's just going to be a quick climb up this giant piece of rock right here. Once we're at the top, you're going to see this big old tree, and on top of this big old tree is going to be a Bisharp. If the Bisharp isn't there, you're at the wrong tree. But the next ominous stake that we're going to be heading to is right here, right next to the Lavencia Lighthouse. From the lighthouse, there's going to be this small plateau, and on top of the plateau is going to be a TM and an ominous stake that we need. Fantastic. There's only 2 left. One is going to be right here, which is going to be these ruins right next to the Firescourge shrine. And once you find these ruins, it's pretty impossible for you to miss. Oh, what's this TM? Giga Impact. That's neat. Is this gonna be a good one for a thumbnail? No, all these blue ones are surrounded by grass. I don't know, I'll pick one. And the very last one is going to be above the Firescourge shrine. Also, the Firescourge shrine is a little difficult to find, so we're gonna head over there now. If you find these twin waterfalls inside of the bamboo forest area, all you're gonna wanna do is follow these waterfalls up, and this is going to bring you right to this tiny little pond, and you get the TM for waterfall, and inside of here, there's going to be a Houndoom in the water, which is raising more questions than it's answering. You can find yourself the shrine. But this last stake, we're going to head out of this little cave, and all we're going to do is climb to the very top of the peak right above the shrine itself. And immediately you should be finding it. It's not at the very peak, it's at this grassy area next to the peak. Oh, this one's not surrounded by grass. Sp, sp. That's the sound it makes. It makes sp, sp. And that's going to be the 30-second ominous stake that we need for all of the ominous stakes in the entire game. If you don't want to see the Pokemon battles or know anything about them, and you want to experience that on your own, thank you so much for being here. There's probably a card above my head for a video for you to go see. But if you want some advice on taking down these Pokemon, then keep on watching. Okay, welcome to this part of the video where we're going to be going over the battles of these 4 legendary Pokemon. Like you should be doing for all 5 legendary Pokemon encounters of the game, turn your autosave off and save in front of the encounter. Doing this will make sure that in case something goes awry, you don't have anything to worry about. A lot of people ask me, well, do they despawn or something else? And I'm like, how should I know? I just don't fail it. And if I do fail it, I just restore from the save. This is what Pokemon has been since Generation 1, and it is still a practice that you should follow to this day. Boom. Future Austin, I'm pretty sure you know what to do here. Also, all of these Pokemon have pretty awesome music. Tablets of Ruin is going to weaken the attack of my Pokemon, which kind of sucks. But I have Hypnosis, Swords Dance, and False Swipe. How much damage is False Swipe gonna do? Okay, that's like 8 or 9 hits. I'm not gonna live 8 or 9 hits. This guy also has Giga Drain. That's the reason I did bring some Pokemon who resisted Grass-type moves. Oh, that's right, I'm Justified. So if I get hit with the Dark-type move, my attack goes up. That's handy. Also, he decided to do Ruination to me, which only takes half of my current health. So he just did like 3 HP to me. Does Ruination work on Terras? No. Every time that you go to catch a legendary Pokemon with a very, very low catch rate, putting it to sleep or freezing it are the best statuses that you can afflict to it. Following that would be paralyzing it. The less health it has, the more likely you are to catch it. Turn 1 of battle, you always want to do a Quick Ball. And after that Quick Ball, you want to throw Ultra Balls for the next 9 turns, unless 10 turns of battle have already passed, and then you switch to Timer Balls. However, I'm on this new weird kick now that I have to get them in Premier Balls. I know, just makes my life more difficult, that's for sure. Please do Ruination. Oh, nope, I'm gonna die. I'm dead. I'm now gonna throw out my Skeleturge, and I'm going to Terrastalize so I can do Yawn, so I drop my Ghost type. That way its Dark type moves are not going to be super effective against me, and I'm still going to be resisting his Giga Drain. Big brain strats right here. Terrastalizing so that I could catch a Pokemon. And here's the foul play. Boom! It's not super effective. Love seeing that. Ooh, critical capture. Yes! That wasn't that many Premier Balls. That was only like 15 or 20. He's a special attacker, pretty good defense, very slow, and actually, from my preliminary findings, one of the best grass-type Pokemon for Terradens. I'm still working on that chart from yesterday's video. Next up, we're going to be going after Chien-Pao, who is a Dark and Ice type. It has pretty darn good attack, not great defenses, very fast and Sword of Ruin that's going to lower the defense stat of all Pokemon except itself. It's going to have upon catching Icicle Crash, which is 85 damage and it can flinch you, Ruination, which takes half your health, Sucker Punch, and Sacred Sword. But from my raid listing, while I am still doing, you know, all that information and stuff, I think he ranks 102nd of the best Pokemon to use for raids, so I don't know if he's gonna come out on top for anything. As I mentioned before, we want to save right in front of that doorway and then interact with that doorway with autosaves off just in case, you know, something goes awry. Hi there, kitty cat. Cut. It won't cut you, man. Alright, Glade. Same thing as before. Except now your defense is down. But if you're hit with a dark move, your attack goes up, so you have that going for you, which is nice. How about we start with the Hypnosis? Yep, because that Sucker Punch. Okay, that's like a 5-hit KO. Let's throw up a Swords Dance. Icicle Crash. That's some healthy damage. So now because I'm not actually going to be attacking him with attacking moves, I do want to keep my Ghost typing because I want to bring out either the Ruination or the Sucker Punch, because that's going to make it so I'm not going to receive damage from those Dark type moves. 76 Premier Balls, we start now. See, there's the Sucker Punch, and because I'm throwing balls, we're good. Actually, he just did Sacred Sword to me, so I don't think they have a very high AI, and they're just going to pick random moves all the time. Ooh, critical capture on the 15th ball. Nice! Up next, we're heading over to the Groundblight Shrine, which is the location of Ting-Lu. As I mentioned before, I am still going through these numbers, but I think Ting-Lu might be the best Pokemon for raids. For both ground types and for dark types for physical. His adjusted base stat total is 485. Meanwhile, Koraidon and Miraidon are 450, so we might have a thing here. Oh, almost forgot to put down a save. That would have been silly. I'm just gonna go in here with the same strategy that I did for the first one, which is going to be, you know, bring it down with Gallade and then throw out Skeleturge. Pretty cool looking with the big old cup on his head. Also, his body kind of reminds me of, like, Badlands. Vessel of Ruin is going to weaken the special attack of me. Not really too worried about that. This guy also has 130 base stat for defense, so, oh wow, 1 turn wake up. That's unlucky. Well, at least I'm justified in my attack rows, and now I'm up 3 stages thanks to that Sword Stance. How much is this False Swipe gonna do? Still not a lot. I would say the best piece of news is that Ting-Lu doesn't have any recovery moves. It doesn't have any moves to boost its stats. Wow, 1 turn wake up again. Is Justified Gallade actually like one of the better Pokemon to take down dark type Terra raids? Or Pokemon who have dark type attacks? Skeleturge, Terrastalize, get rid of your ghost typing, and throw up a Yawn. Ooh, critical. Yes! I'm pretty much like relying on critical captures at this point to catch them now. In my early findings, Chi-Yu ranks 28th as far as best Terra Pokemon. He has 145 special attack, which is phenomenal. The only thing is he's probably getting outclassed by Skeleturge because of Torch Song. They're both special attacker fire types, and it's hard to argue with Torch Song. It really is. It's adorable! Splashy. It's a little magma goldfish. How do you not love him? And his eyes glow. I love Neon. And little neon lights. Beads of Ruin to weaken the special defense. Okay, let's go. Please get the hypnosis off. Thank you. Oh! That was a critical capture. First ball. Okay. Just when I was like, this is dragging on. Nope. First throw. That was fantastic. Getting all 32 ominous stakes and catching all 4 of these legendary Pokemon, you are going to be getting yourself the 4 sub-legendaries of this game. They are pretty awesome. Be sure to go back to your history teacher, and they talk about the specific design of all 4, which is pretty neat. It definitely adds something to their backstory, which, I don't know, I enjoyed. One of you guys, thank you for being here, and congratulations on getting 4 out of the 5 or 6 legendary Pokemon of the game. If you found this video helpful, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button down below. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, turn on notifications. Until next time, Austin John out.